LPG crisis. It has created a lot of difficulties amongst diverse groups of people. It has affected many lives by hindering their work and livelihoods. In such a crisis, handling a single aspect of work or household management alone is a hardship. But women, especially working women, have been put on a hard course by having the responsibility to handle both. Having much speculation about the effects, we conducted a survey to find out how the LPG crisis has affected women in diverse economic activities. We asked 48 women aged from 18 to 50 and above working in diverse economic activities with their income level ranging from Rs 20,000 to Rs 80,000 from different districts in Tamil Nadu about how they have been affected by this crisis. Among the surveyed population, 54.2% of the respondents were aged between 18 and 30 years, followed by the rest 45.8% of the respondents aged between 30 and 50 years. A majority of the respondents were involved in gig economy activities, with 27.1% of the respondents being small eatery owners, 14.6% referring to domestic workers, 10.4% being agricultural workers, and 20.8% referring to miscellaneous economic activity. The economic activities of each determine their income. Among the surveyed population, we discovered a diverse income range. The majority of the population, at about 47.9%, have been earning Rs 20,000 and below. This is because the majority of the population is linked with the gig economy and small-scale owners and workers who highly depend on market demands. 33.3% of the population is within the income range of Rs 20,000 and Rs 40,000, who also belong to similar smaller scale workers.
For many workers and small business owners who depend on LPG every day, a higher cylinder price means a higher cost of doing business. Whether it's a street food vendor, a tea stall owner, or a small restaurant, LPG is an unavoidable expense. Every price hike makes it more difficult to maintain the same level of work while keeping businesses profitable. These rising costs have inevitably affected the personal income. The survey found that 54% of respondents experienced a 10% to 25% increase in LPG related expenses, while 33% reported an increase of less than 10%. A smaller group experienced even steeper increases. This means that for many families, a larger share of their monthly earnings is now being spent simply on fuel. As operating costs continue to rise, the amount of money left for savings, investment, or other essential needs continues to shrink. Even when income remains the same, purchasing power has declined. The impact is also visible in working hours. According to the survey, 25% of respondents said that they had reduced their working hours or business activity because of LPG related issues. For these individuals, cutting back on work was often the only way to cope with increasing operational costs. At the same time, 67% said their working hours had remained unchanged, suggesting that many continued to work despite mounting financial pressure. Interestingly, 8.3% reported working longer hours, taking on additional work in an effort to recover the extra money now being spent on LPG and maintain their income. These findings show that the impact of rising LPG prices goes well beyond the cost of a cylinder. It influences how people work, reduces the income they are able to retain, and forces many to rethink the amount of time they spend working just to sustain the same standard of living.
That economic consequences of LPG crisis extend well beyond the kitchen. These figures may appear modest when viewed as percentages, but for women belonging to low and middle income households, even a 10 to 25% increase in the cost of an essential commodity can significantly affect monthly budgeting. It means that a greater share of household income must now be allocated to cooking fuel, leaving fewer resources for food, healthcare, education, saving, and other basic necessities. While the financial burden is evident, its effects do not end there. Let us now examine how these increasing expenses have influenced the living conditions and overall well being of the respondents.
When asked to rate how much the LPG crisis had affected their living conditions on a scale of 1 to 5, the largest group of respondents, 31%, rated the impact as 3, indicating a moderate effect. However, 23% rated it as 4, while 8% selected 5, showing that many families experienced a severe impact. The increase in LPG prices has forced households to cut down on other essential expenses, manage tighter budgets, and deal with greater financial stress. These findings show that the LPG crisis has affected not only livelihoods but also the overall quality of daily life. Next, we wanted to understand whether the shortage and the rising cost of LPG forced families to switch to alternative fuels and how this affected them. Our survey revealed that the respondents using alternative fuels such as firewood at cost health problems for themselves or their family members. Although not every family changed to alternative fuels, those who did were exposed to possible health risks such as smoke-related respiratory problems and discomfort. These findings highlight the importance of ensuring affordable access to clean cooking fuel to protect both public health and family well-being. Finally, we asked the respondents whether they believe it is the government's responsibility to ensure affordable and accessible clean energy during crises like the LPG shortage. The findings showed a strong consensus. Majority of the respondents believe that providing affordable LPG and protecting people's livelihoods is the government's duty and should be treated as a fundamental right. Overall, our findings clearly show that the LPG crisis has affected women's living conditions, increased financial burdens, and in some cases created health concerns due to the use of alternative fuels. Most importantly, the majority of the respondents believed that the government has a key responsibility to ensure affordable clean energy and provide effective support during such crises.
Now, in crises like this, do these women even know where to turn? We asked them whether they are aware of the legal rights, labor unions, legal aid cells, and other relief mechanisms that could support them. The findings are telling. While 39.6% of these respondents said they are aware of these platforms, only 18.8% actively use them. A significant 20.8% said they have no awareness of these rights or platforms at all. Awareness then is only half the battle. Access is another. And when we asked whether they face difficulties in actually accessing these reliefs and rights, 52.1% said yes, citing lack of identity documents and middleman issues as the primary barriers. Only 39.6% said they faced no difficulties, while 8.3% were unsure or had not tried. This tells us that even for those who know their rights, the path to claiming them is far from smooth.
What do these women actually need? We asked them what measure would help them the most. The answer was clear. 58.3% called for government subsidies. 41.7% wanted alternatives to LPG, such as induction stoves or wood fire support. 33.3% asked for a better distribution network to prevent hoarding and black marketing, and 27.1% demanded price capping on commercial cylinders. 18.8% specifically asked for legal protection from loss of livelihood and against eviction. What this survey tells us is not just a story of rising prices. It is a story of rising pressure on women who are already carrying too much. The LPG crisis has deepened economic inequality, disrupted livelihoods, and exposed the gaps in legal awareness and access for working women across Tamil Nadu. These 48 voices represent thousands more, and what they are asking for is not extraordinary. They are asking for affordable energy, fair access to relief, and the right to sustain their livelihoods with dignity. Because energy security is not a luxury, for these women it is survival.